Hi everyone, welcome back to the Odoo Insider session. We have today two new people helping me. I forgot your name. It's Ines and Morgan. I'm just saying you because sometimes, they take the microphone just to assist me. We have here the same studio as usual. I'm going to answer your technical functional questions as usual. We have this meeting every week, you know that by now. If I don't have enough questions, I will go through my whole list. I have a few items here from Reddit, from Odoo forums, from partner requests, from clients. So I anyway have a lot of things to say, but I see that we already have a question from YouTube, since we stream on YouTube as well, from, I like the name, do we say Trollolololo 5838? Sounds like a completely legit name. How can you create bulk prices that are only applied to a specific variant? Example, I have shirts in a red, which have a bulk price by quantity of 5, and the blue shirt, you need 5 t-shirts in the exact color, not 2 red, 3 blue. How is that achievable without creating thousands of product templates? Let's try first and see how we can solve this one. I think that now I'm going to check my databases on our SaaS, because I think that now we have Odoo, yes, 19.4. So as it's a brand new one, I'm going to use this one. You know by now that I'm always using Odoo latest version for the test that we need to make, unless you bring me back to Odoo SH. I have an old Odoo SH here on version 18. I can scrap this one. Maybe it would be a good refresher on how to scrap an existing Odoo SH project that you use for testing. Safe way of doing this. Here we have a 19.4, no demo data, not a lot of modules, by the way. I think I just installed it for making a few tests with the MCP server, still not done yet. So we can go and have a look at the products. We don't have much, but I'm going to create your example. First, I'm going to enable the variants and the prices, since it is related to your question. So as a reminder, how can you create bulk prices that are only applied to a specific variant? Because if I understand well, you want to sell variants, and we are going to use the same as what you said. You said t-shirt, right? T-shirts, good. Let's have a few things that we say. We want to track the inventory of that. We are going to, yes, good. We are going to create a few attributes. Let's say size, 3 sizes, S, M, L, alright, and let's have a few colors. Yeah, color that we already have. Green. We can play a little bit with the color wheel. 7U, then blue. Alright. And then red. Okay, that's what we have. Alright, by the way, you see already a few changes. That I like those kind of things that I'm discovering at the same time. You see that we changed a bit the small tag things here with the color indication that we don't have in 19.3. So first improvement. I know that we are revamping the interface as well, so stay tuned. You are going to discover a lot of things for version 20. Alright, so we have our 9 variants, and I think that the idea or the demand that is asked on YouTube is the following. We have different items, we have a price list here, and how do we apply a default or not, but maybe several prices, but for a quantity of 5, but on a specific variant, not on all the variants on the product. If you ask me, we can test it together. I'm going to do it now with you. First, I'm going to give a default price for that one. Let's say it will be 10 euro per t-shirt, and we are going to say that if you take t-shirts but in a specific variant, so the S blue, then I'm going to add a discount if of 10% if the minimum quantity is 5. And there you see you have the variant that is being used. We can do that and see how just with this rule it performs. So I'm going to keep, you know that I'm opening always a lot of different tabs. I just like to have everything open directly. We can go in the sale and we can create a new quote. I'm going to add my favorite user, that is also an address that I have on my side. Sometimes you know that I'm using that guy email address to check what I'm receiving. Okay, we have the default price list. There's only one at the moment, so that's the one I have been changing. And I can say I'm interested in, that's another change. You see I'm typing product and we don't have anything here. showing me the list of products that we have. That's 19.4. In fact, I'm going to open this one because that's another thing that we should do. If I want to, if I don't have enough questions, what I can do is the following: is go on the release notes 19.4 and show you the things that are a bit not odd but really new. And that one I know. I don't know why. I think I've seen it on LinkedIn maybe. We can now have a sale order without a product, which is unusual. If you want to see the product ID or the product template, you can do this. And you see also, it goes the other way around. If you add this one, you have, it's the same column, but it shows description or product. If you have product, then it can show the product here. And because I'm selecting t-shirts, now it's going with that wizard that we have here. So a few changes already in 19.4 related to this. So now I'm saying I'm interested in this one as blue. Let's see if it changes 3, 4, and then 5. Yes, that is good. So you see, if I have 4, it's 10 euro per t-shirt. If I go to 5, it is 9 euro per t-shirt. So it seems to work already. So that's the first thing about my blue t-shirt. If I want to check that it's not impacting the other ones, if I go on the red one with M, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good. This is okay. So I have my unit price that is not the same on the blue versus the red one. Okay, so I'm just checking if it is correct related to what you said, because you wanted to have 5 shirts in the exact colors. Yes, so not 2 red and 3 blues. You wanted to be sure that it would be exactly the same variant. It's funny because at the same time, what you're asking here, I know it, if I had to guess before trying to answer the question, I would have said yes, this is how it works. But I would have been curious about the other way, like if we do it on the product and I'm saying t-shirt, and at the same time, if I say discount, I'm going to add 20% now, and I'm saying the minimum quantity should be 10. I think that it's not going to work if I have it on 2 different sale order lines. So I'm going to use t-shirts, but this time I'm going to select green ones, so 5 of this one. And of course, yes, so no discount, t-shirts again. And I'm going to use 5 of the other, and then although we have 10, it's not the same line, so that's not going to work. Although if I go here and say 10 now, oops, I need to enter it correctly, 10, then it changes. So that's also something that you need to pay attention to. If those kind of things you feel like, yeah, but I would like to have a discount when it's 2 different lines, I would advise to use different mechanisms like sections where you compute things yourself, maybe with a bit of Odoo spreadsheets. Or other things that you can do is you have the ability to add a few extra discounts here with the loyalty application, and that would work as well. But it's not the question that you asked, but I'm answering it anyway. That was for Trollololo. 5838. Thanks for having such a nice name. All right, then we have another question that is picked by Ines, I suppose. No, on the Odoo forum. Quite a nice one. How can I add a specific variant of a product in the e-commerce? So that is something that we have here. I'm going to reuse the same. In fact, do I have the e-commerce here? Yes, I have a website, so maybe I have the e-commerce. Oh, let's go there. And select this one. Okay, if I go in the shop, you know that at the moment this one is unpublished. If I want to publish something, I need to go. I thought that on this one I would have. Yeah, that's maybe here now. Yeah, I need to go to the editor. I'm always confused about this one because it was different before, and I'm slow. I take time to adapt. You have this one published. Otherwise, quick place where you can go would be, you can achieve the same result by going here. Sometimes I think it's the easiest way for me. Go to website, and there directly you have it in edit mode, so that works as well. Okay, so how do we hide one of those ones? You see that we have different sizes and colors. I can check. There are different ways you could do it, I think. First, there's the idea of not showing if you don't have enough stock. So if the reason is because you don't have enough stock, there should be something where we say that. Let me find this one. Yes, sell when out of stock. If I'm doing this, of course, refreshing here, yes, it's saying out of stock. So if that's the way, I'm going to receive a few of the different ones because at the moment everything is out of stock. Do I have the purchase application? No, let's install it. So that would be the first case. I know it's not, if I strictly stay on the question, how it was phrased, is how can I hide a specific variant of a product in the e-commerce? It says nothing about the stock, but I'm maybe going a bit too far here, but what we do with our client is saying, okay, but why do you want to hide it? Because maybe we have a better solution. We could think of doing something with a bit of code or changing the views or things like that. But if it's stock related, I think we have something purely standard. So let's go and purchase. I'm going to buy a few of these t-shirts to a fake company. Okay, I'm going to buy 10 of each. I didn't put a price. That's maybe a place where we will have some. Isn't there a variant encoding thing? Variant grid entry. Yes, that's what I wanted to have. Because you see, otherwise I need to create all these different lines, and I think that with this small option, it goes faster. Let's go back here. The product, let's say t-shirts. Yes, and that is better. Oops. Let's click t-shirt. All right, and at least it's tabbable. I don't know if it's a real word, but we can tab all the way through, and that is the result, and that is perfect. Although, of course, I didn't put any price at the beginning, so that would be better also to prepare this, even though I don't really need it, since we are interested about the stock and not the price. Confirming, receiving. Okay, just checking if yes, we have this one. So if I go back here, all right, so it says now it's available. I should maybe not have taken all of them. Let's remove a few, because now I cannot convince you it is per variant, since I have quantities for every variant. So maybe if I order 10 in my sale orders, I had something for which I had 10, no 5. I'm going to add, well, I'm going to say 10 here and 10 there, so that if I deliver them, that should be all right. I should have a few, yes, for which I am out of stock. This one, blue. Blue S is out of stock. Green S is there. You see the difference. So that's the first one. Now, if you want to hide a specific combination, I think there's a place where we can explicitly say which combination don't exist. I'm not sure it works with the dynamic variant thing that I used at the moment, but we can try that. Yes, we have a follow-up on the question. That's it. Please read the whole question. I need to manage stock also, so making product inventory 0 is not a solution. All right. So we have the follow-up of this one, which would be continuing on that idea in the settings. Do we have the variant thing? That's fun. Or maybe I need to be in debug mode. Yeah, no, it's there. Attributes. Okay. Maybe a bit of information I should say related to the attributes here. When I created the color and the size, where is it here? You see it's instant variant creation, and I don't know if what I want to accomplish works with that mode, but there's a way that usually you can make a few items non-existing. I don't see it here. I don't know if it still exists in Odoo, but I'm going to check if we have this variant exclusion. It has a name in the models, I think. Models exclusion, do we have? No. That's maybe not existing anymore. Variant is there. What could it be? We have attribute something. Update products. Yeah, it used to be something. Just want to refresh my memory. I'm going on version 18 or 17, because I think it was different before. I just want to be sure of the past. Before I'm starting to answer the question now, I need to go in debug as well. Why am I doing that? Is as Odoo consultant, we have a lot of versions that we navigate through. So I was showing a few changes with 19.4, and here you ask me something. First answer about the inventory. Second answer is I know we had a way where we'd say this variant explicitly doesn't exist, this one doesn't exist, this one doesn't exist. First thing that I'm thinking is we had an exclusion principle before. I want to check if it was that, and if it was indeed what I'm thinking about, has it been replaced? And now that I'm thinking about that, I think there's a way to, we could simply archive some of the variants, but we are going to check that after. Just want to highlight, if I'm right, the difference with that notion of exclusion. Yes, you had this one, product template attribute exclusion. So there was a way you could say that you had some exclusions of attributes so that it was not showing on the website some combinations, I think. So this changed. It's not there, or maybe it is there but not on my database because I didn't install a lot of modules compared to the runbot. So that could be it. Otherwise, let's go and make another small change, which would be this one. You go here, and on the variants, I'm going to, let's say, this one, free quantity. Yes, all right, it is the available quantity. I'm going to check if we cannot archive a few. Let's archive the two blue ones. Or, yeah, all right. If I'm saying this, will I have them right there? Nope. So that is it. So you see that's the effect that you would have. You can archive them. If I'm going back to green, that's okay, red as well. And you see we even adapt the small logo here. Same. So there's a difference between out of stock and variant doesn't exist. You see the difference in terms of layout. So in that case, you say, okay, I need to manage the stock, but I want to make, you have this solution. If you want to make some variants unavailable, you have this one. If you say, yes, but sometimes my variants become available or something like this, then my advice would be go on the products list, unarchive them, and if it needs to be automated, tell us how you want it to be automated, and we can archive, unarchive, you know, based on automated actions. That would work. So that was an answer for Lacan. We can go to the next one from Benedict Young. Hi Antoine, is the function to calculate line of code available in 19.4? Yes, it is available, but wait, because it has always been available. But I don't know if it's available to everyone. I've seen that somewhere that it would be available, but I don't know where. Let me check. Places where we would have this would be somewhere in the settings. I was expecting to have it here somewhere at the bottom. I'm pretty sure that I can blame again my bad memory because I have the feeling I knew it. Other places, we go in the scheduled actions. Do we have a line of code somewhere? On 999 statement lines, nope, nope, nope. And we won't have it under the name of lock. Is it something that we advertised there? I've seen it because I remember, you know, at the beginning I was mentioning the different places where we go for questions like Reddit, Odoo forum, a few places like those ones. And I remember somebody complaining about it, and I think I posted back a reply saying, no, it is available. I know it was shown by Fabrice, in fact. That's maybe something funny that we can do. I'm going to make some kind of promotion on LinkedIn for him. He doesn't need it anyway, but I'm going there because I think it's a good person to follow. He's a former director of the US office. Let me show whoops, it's a bit slow. This one, yes, all right. You have few posts, and I know that it was showing this, so I'm going to browse it. Okay, that's another one that I wanted to show, the MCP. We can maybe have a quick dive at this one after. Blah 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 blah. I think he's the one sharing that. So 1 month ago, Odoo sheets. Log counts. Yes, that's the one. So you see, I could spend my time trying to find it, but I have Super Fabrice that is helping me. Okay, that is the the GitHub commit. So if I go directly on this one, oops. Nope. I wanted to have the full thing. It was 1 month ago. Already yes, fine, customization lines. Alright. Yeah, in debug mode. Okay, as simple as that. So let's go back. You have it here. Count locks. There you have it. So that's where you can go to count the lines of code. And what I propose is that we test it together. I'm going to create a quick thingy here just to see if it's working. Do I still have my yes? Here, this one, I'm going to close it because I see my computer is already making a lot of noise. All right, so we can try this one and see what is counted in terms of line of code. I like this exercise. Let's go there. And typically, on our side, what counts lines of code are 3 things. Server actions, where you use Python. Automated actions where you use Python. In fact, it's let's say sister of server actions. And maybe computed fields. I will need to check this one. And fourth one, I think is not counted, are the specific XML lines that you create yourself. We are going to test the 4 examples. So let's go with a server action on sale order. Rename. I'm going to do something a bit weird, but we don't care so much. Executing code. Let's raise an error. In fact, raise user error, and we use the record name as the error. I'm always in the explanation and not in the code. That's an error. All right. Good. Confirm. Create contextual action. I can even say that raise user error. All right. Let's go back on. So I can close on my sale order. If you do this, you see that here I don't have it. That's because we use a lot of one more cache, and so sometimes it's better to Control-Shift-R just to have a real refresh of your page. And you see here, sometimes it's not even enough. Yes, sometimes you need to do it twice. Raise user error, and there you have it. So we have 1 line of code. If I'm asking him, okay, we have 1 line. Of course, it's not counting. Let's go back there. It's not counting some comments, commenting my code, nor empty lines. So let's go back. Let's retry this one. Not here, but there. Count locks. Yes, that is good. And good thing is that you can see them. So it's even faster to browse and go on these customizations. So that's the first one. Let's go on the automated actions now. Scheduled actions could be also counted, by the way. Where are my automated actions? Automation rules. I don't have them. That's because it's somewhere in base automation, which is not installed unless I install CRM or install base automation. CRM is there. Okay, so wrong on my side, but let's install it on its own. And then I will have the possibility to create new base automations. All right. Automation rules, not Odoo AI. Automation rules. Yes, I can create a new one here. Sale order edition triggers an error. Voluntarily, I'm going to create this one on create and edit. We are going to have a new action here. Let's execute code with code here. Raise user error. The same record name. All right. Raise user error. That is fun. I had a feeling it was. No, it's a small R. Yes. Record name. Okay. Let's go back to my sale orders. Let's try to edit anything on it, like the payment terms. if I save, I have this one. Okay, cool. This one is working too. It's not related to my previous server action, so count lines of codes. Now I have 2. Correct. Same rules apply in terms of commenting and things like that. It is good to know that sometimes, I'm thinking out loud here, when you are going to perform things like search, so if you go on the model and you make some search and that the domain is really long, like you have one part here, one part there, and you do it like that so that it takes it's more readable, I think it would contain it. It would count different lines of code while it could be on one line. Let's try it, but I'm pretty sure it does, because we count the lines of code. We don't analyze the code that we have behind. So let's have a test here, and let's raise the record, no, just a test, and see what we get. And let's look for the ones that are in state, in draft or something like this. Yeah, draft and sent. I don't know what we could do. User ID equals 1. I guess it's me. Let's check. And something different. Amount total. Oops. Needs to be there. Amount total is higher than 100. Let's see if that works. I'm not sure. I didn't make any error. Yes, of course I made one. Yes. All right. No, that's correct. Model search, I don't know. Yes, we have access to the model, and that should be doable. But do I... it's small there. No, I'm making a search, but with those ones, that's not going to work. Okay, it was really too small. Okay, all right. No other error. Cannot assign. Do I have a if? No. I would think that I could assign my thing here. I can do it on the record. That would work as well. But same error. No, I really want to assign it. Model search. I can do it that way as well. Let's see how it goes. I'm astonished because I would have thought that it would work. Wait, I didn't read that properly. That's okay. I'm not reading the error really well, and so that's this thing. It is not at this assignation that I have an issue. It's here I'm missing this one, and this one is incorrect. Okay, good. So now that we have this, let's go back there and let's check my logs. Yes, now I have 5, and so indeed it's counting really here. I have 6 though. That is fun. I don't know why it counts 5 while I have 6. Let's check. It must be doing some computation and putting the first 2 lines in just one. Yeah, it says 4 while I have more than that. I have 5, so that's maybe it. This one is maybe not counted as a line. Let's retry that. So you see, it's not going to change. Yeah, that's it. It's not going to change your life, but it means that it can be shortened, because then if you write it that way, up, 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 that is still readable, less so, but readable nevertheless. And then you have only one line of code. So indeed, that's really strictly the lines of code that we have, although we have seen that it looks like when I was just closing the square bracket and the parentheses, it was not counting it as a line. So there must be maybe something that is limiting, I don't know if we do it that way, but limiting the chars that we count for making it a line. So that is it. Computed field, I think it would count as well. That's a bit longer to test, and I think that we still have a lot of questions in the pad, so I'm going to move on with this one, knowing that for Benedict, that's the answer. Yes, it is available, and it is there. And don't forget to follow Fabrice. He shares a lot of things on LinkedIn. All right, next question from Lakshmi Guti. Hi, I need help with an Odoo report. I want to download customer data based on a specific material product. The report should include only the customers who have that material in their sales orders, but it should exclude sale orders for which an invoice has already been created. Okay. In other words, I need a report showing customers with pending invoiced sale orders for particular materials without including orders that have already been invoiced. Yes, guiding on how to apply that. Yeah, I could do it here, but I only have one SO, so I'm going on a demo database where I'm going to find a thing like that, because we have usually more sale orders available. And you don't need a report, it's already just a filter. If you want to make it a report, you can do the same filter in the report zone, or you can reuse the same logic that I'm applying here in the spreadsheets module. So let's select a product like wiring services. All right, so if I go here, and I'm making a filter for wiring services, removing the tabulation here, and I'm selecting the project. Okay, we only have this one, so it's going to be a bad candidate. Let's find maybe a product that would be in several quotes. Drawer black. Do we have conference share, storage box, drawer? Yes, drawer seems to be working because I have drawer black, a lot of things. Yes, good. And that is cool. We have status sale order, and you say you are interested about that. And here, first thing that you could do is invoice status based on this one, saying that here nothing is to invoice, while here it is to invoice. It is not exactly what you asked though, because it depends on the product definition. Here, your question is if an invoice has already been created. Saying nothing to invoice doesn't mean the invoice has already been created. It would mean that if the product is invoiced on ordered quantities, because then as soon as I validate the sale order, I'm expecting an invoice. And if there is no invoice, it means that I should invoice it, and it would be into invoice. If there is an invoice that is already invoicing a sale order, it would show nothing to invoice. Whereas if it's a product that is defined on the delivery, then you could have nothing to invoice on all the sale orders, while it's not exactly what you are asking. You could have invoices that are already created, so I would need to go there. Here it's on delivered quantity. So let me go back on. I don't know on which one I created. SO8. Yes, it was this one. It says nothing to invoice, but no invoice has been generated. That's because I didn't deliver it. So that shortcut doesn't work if your product is in delivered quantities. So you would need to make something a bit more complicated. Maybe we need to add something where we say, do we have the invoice count, something like that? Invoices, yes. If you say invoices is not set, that means that those are the ones linked to no invoices. So you see, saying that we don't have an invoice, we still have all those ones. Now, that says sale orders versus invoices, not sale order lines versus invoicing that sale order line. So it could be that I have sale orders with multiple products. The product that you want to filter is inside, but the invoice that we have is not related to the product that we have in the sale order. That would mean something a bit more complicated, and you wouldn't have it there. Maybe you would have it in the reporting of sales. I don't know if we bring the sales status here. Do we have something like that? Or the invoice status? Yes. And I suppose it is based on the SO, and that is correct. Let's say drawer. That's maybe where you could have it as well. Okay, we see that we have to invoice, nothing to invoice. There you have the different lines, and I don't think that there we would have the fact that it would be linked to an invoice. Yeah, you have invoice status or quantity invoiced. That works as well, in fact. You compare quantity invoiced with the quantity sold. that would help you filter this. Do we have it here? No, there. Maybe we can make a quick change on this one with Studio and add quantity invoiced, or even I'm going to put them all quantity invoiced, and also to invoice. All right. And we have another quantity like ordered quantity. Yeah, we can have them all. So that I think with all the quantities you can really decide what you want to do. Okay. So I'm going back on the drawer thing. There. You have it here, quantity to invoice. If you have a difference between the quantity invoice and quantity to invoice, that means I guess that it should show in your filter. Well, it depends if you want to. No, you wanted to hide the ones for which you already made an invoice. So I suppose that's because you want to know which one you need to invoice. So that would be clearly one, and you could filter on the quantity to invoice. You can also check, depending on the quality of your product, if it's because it's delivered or it's because it's simply ordered. That's also some information that you can get. So going to this place, adding a few columns with Studio. If you don't want to use Studio, you can. It's just that you will have to filter it out without seeing the values that you have inside, but that works as well. And you will get the information that you need. So you have the data on a specific material product. Include only the customers who have that material in their sale orders. Yes, so you do this, you export, you select them, and if you need to make a filter on a particular customer, you can filter the customer before. That would work as well. So the first thing I'm thinking of is this one. If you say, because one key element in what you are asking is you would like to have it per customer. Maybe one quick adaptation that we can bring is inserting this in a spreadsheet. So you have this, and you could potentially use this as there's a filter that we can use here and say I'm interested in a relation, and it's a partner, or let's say customer, and we are going to look for a res partner. Here is that what we want, and it needs to be matched on the customer field. So if we do that, and I'm saying customer is here we see it's all for Gemini furniture. So if I'm selecting anything else, it's not going to work. Okay, you see Acme, blah blah. But if I'm selecting Gemini, yes, there we have them. So that would be working as well, so that you can have this report, and if you want to send it to your client, you can create this kind of view and share it or download it and send it to your client. That would work as well. So Lakshmi Guti, that's what I would do. And you say export data to Excel, so that's here. And you download. And if you need more information, one of the cool things, since we have the version, I think it's 19, you see that we have the ability to dive into the information. I don't know how much we can do that based on the report object. I'm not sure we can do it on this report object, since it's based on the reporting item. We will show that afterward. But usually you can have something like this. Let me select the value here. Come on. Okay, copy. Let's add it here. All right, and can we have the name? We already have the name. Let's have the standard price. Yes, it works. Good. I wasn't sure we would have it. So this is also something that you can complete, since it's allowing you to browse and to dive into data from the formula. It was not available before version 19, I think. So really, those are one of the huge improvements that we brought last year. Okay, we can go to the next question from Arslan Shakil. I have a question regarding manufacturing. When we create a manufacturing order, the work orders are generated automatically based on the operations. However, when I try to create only a work order, I don't see the new create button in Odoo. Is it possible to create a work order directly without creating a manufacturing order? Different ways to answer that. First, I will start by the end. Is it possible to create a work order directly without creating a manufacturing order? Usually, when I need an answer to that question, I will go into the models. And I just want to check first the data model of Odoo, because maybe it requires it and there's no way around it. Then, if we know that and it's really mandatory on your side, and it's we'll find a workaround to complete it automatically with some fake information, and we'll see if it's doable. So let's go and have a look at the work order. It's I don't have a MRP at the moment. Let's install MRP and with the work orders. All right. Taking a bit of time to install. And I don't know if it's necessary. I think it is, because I don't see why we would allow it. But let's check. So work order, we have it here, and it must be linked to manufacturing order. Is it production ID manufacturing order? And that is required. So you cannot have it unlinked from a manufacturing order, at least not in Odoo standard. And those are kind of the thing I wouldn't change. I mean, you can try to find your way with development, but it's going to bring you errors down the road. So, and of course, it may look like you can do it, but have a look. If I'm saving this, I'm saving that. It's saying you cannot change those kind of things. Those are base fields and they cannot be changed even with Studio. You need to make development for changing that. So your work order, you have no choice, but you consider that it has to be at all time. If I go, I will need to create a new bit of material with a new item. Maybe I'm going to reuse the demo environment. That would be better. Oops. Manufacturing. We have bit of materials here. Inside we have operations with work orders. Maybe not on this one. Do we have one? Yes, this one. It is the tabletop. So the operations are here. It's a kind of a template for the work order. And in the manufacturing order, if I have a tabletop, yes, here, that work order cannot be removed from the manufacturing order. So this field is mandatory. And in fact, I could have gone here. That would be giving me the same information I needed, which is if I go in the work orders, clicking here, you go there and you see required is true. So same thing as what I was doing earlier. Checking the data model is usually a very good thing. The only difference is that here it could be telling you that it's required in the view, but not in the model. So the first check I made is usually safer. Now, are you going to find a trick where you put work orders on a fake manufacturing order? It could be, at least it's doable. Would I recommend it? It depends. I don't know what is exactly the workflow that you have. But yeah, that is it. So you can create new ones with other line, but it's true that you are not going to have something where maybe we can, by the way. No. Yeah, here what you mean is that you don't have the possibility to drag and drop items. Let me check if we can go here in the view and say create 1 instead of create 0. So here I'm forcing the fact that now we could be creating items, but maybe I need to refresh. Yes, so now I can do it. But you see, manufacturing order is empty. Is read-only. So I cannot add it here. So maybe I will need to change that view too. So it's a lot of changes. It's exploratory. So I just want to be clear that I'm testing things here, but it's not because I'm testing. It is working that specific very small use case. That is something I would recommend. So we have the manufacturing order. So it should be production ID. Production ID. Yes. For save, blah blah. But it is. Here it's read-only, not in the view. So I don't think I would be able to change that. Same check that I did earlier. Is it a read-only field? We go into the models. I'm going for work order. let's go here. I think it is because I had the feeling that everything was completed in terms of checkboxes. Production ID. Yes, it's read only at the model level, so I wouldn't be able to change that. It is going to remain. So even though I go in my work order planning, I do this. I can complete the information, but I will never be able to complete this one. So it's not going to allow me to go further than this. So it's a very, very strong way of blocking it on our side, and usually when we do that, there is a reason. So, Mr. Shakil, I wouldn't go further than eventually having a fake manufacturing order, but I'm curious about the use case that you have. I wouldn't recommend going further than this in terms of twisting Odoo manufacturing. Okay, going to the next question from Merozabid. Please tell me one thing in Odoo 19 Enterprise. The problem is the following. A user completed a physical inventory adjustment to update stock levels. After validating the adjustment, the quantity done should match the physical count, and the variance should be display 0. Instead, the Odoo inventory dashboard still shows a surplus of 500 units in green, indicating a false positive stock balance. The business impact, because the on-hand quantity incorrectly displays this 500 unit surplus, Odoo's automated reordering rule, okay, are triggered incorrectly. The procurement team is buying materials that are not actually needed, leading to unnecessary spent and ghost inventory. All right. It is weird because, to me, this one shouldn't happen, especially the first part, because the business impact is, as you name it, it's the impact of the first issue, but the first issue shouldn't be there. I'm curious about this one. I'm going to kind of try to replicate this in the inventory application by going to physical inventory here, and what you seem to say, I have here 500 on hand. It looks like you go here and you change the counted amount and you say 500, so you confirm the same number, you apply, and then it's not counting it properly. I'm going to reread your question. User completed a physical inventory adjustment to update stock levels. You validate the adjustment. The quantity done should match the physical count. Okay, so usually the one that you count here is the one that you have in your stock. So I'm going to put +2 here, so there's a difference. And once you apply, it will. We can maybe show that for the rest of the viewers. We have storage box. Let's go in the inventory before I apply. Reporting detailed stock, storage box. You see we have this one, 18.2. If I apply, we have 22. So what matters is inventory product. So indeed, the change that I brought created a line that said 2 quantities moved from that virtual place that is the inventory adjustment to my stock. So it's a product storage. So let's go back here, storage. And then that's the one I just created now. So it went from inventory adjustment to stock for quantity 2, which was the difference. If I had 2 less, it would do exactly the opposite in terms of 2 from here. So starting from there, the issue is that I'm not able to reproduce your problem because usually the quantity that you count is going to be the quantity that is really the one that you have on hand. Because you have it on hand, it's not going to be wrong, but it doesn't mean because of the quantity on hand that it's not going to create reordering, well, not reordering rule, but not create them, but activate them. Then there's maybe another thing that I need to explain, but I doubt it is the issue that you have. You know that Odoo is not going to reorder based on the quantity on hand. Odoo is going to reorder based on the available quantity. So on hand here, on the same product, I have 20, but we've seen just before that on the detailed stock for storage, we have 20, but reserved is 2. So if I go there, it's going to tell me forecast is 18. And what matters for Odoo is the forecast. So if I create a reordering rule, and I'm saying it should be auto, 19 until 25, here it's going to tell me, yeah, you need to order. Because at the moment, you have less than 19. If I'm putting 16, that works. 17, that works. 18, that works. It's just 19 that now is going to... I should have done this earlier. Yeah, 19 is triggering something. 18 is not. Normal. 18, that's the value I have now. So if the minimum is 18, I'm good. I still have 18. Although you would tell me, yeah, but I have 20 in the stock, but we don't care about the stock that you have at the moment. Since we promised 2 items, that's why we have a forecast that is slightly lower than a quantity on hand. That's maybe what you think is incorrect, but that's how Odoo works, and I think it's better to consider forecasts. You don't say that in your message, but it could be, because sometimes I see people saying, hey, yeah, I have the quantities. Yes, but you promised already so much that you need to relaunch the reordering. I doubt it would be it, but I'm anyway mentioning it for the rest of the audience. Meros a bit. I wonder if the issue is not related to the reordering rule, unless it's a matter of min-max here and forecasts that are existing and different from the quantity on hand. But I wonder if the issue is not in the way the inventory is done, because it looks like what you count is not applied to the quantity on hand. That I would need to check, but in order to know that, I would need to have access to your database, and we don't do that here, of course, live, but you know that those kind of things, if you contact our support, those are the kind of things that we can help you with. So it reminds me that you can do the following. Odoo.com, you go and at the very bottom of the page, you have somewhere support. There you can, or it's /help. Some people know that for a long time. You can ask Odoo AI, or you can ask a human. And if you ask a human, we can connect to your database with your consent, of course, and guide you on why you have that kind of issue. All right. Okay. Abir Enas, you have a question. I have 2 sales teams sharing the CRM, both using the Kanban view grouped by stage. I'd like to allow drag and drop stage changes for sales teams A, but prevent for sales team B from changing an opportunity stage by dragging cards between columns. Oh yes, there's a way to restrict that. Is there a clean way to restrict Kanban drag and drop per sales team, either through a native Odoo setting, automated action? Yes, you can do that. Or a GS override on the command view, without breaking a drag and drop for team A. Yes. So let's do that together. It's a good exercise. The best way in terms of usability would be to have some JavaScript magic, because what I'm going to do now is prevent one team from doing this, but the moment where you are going to get the error is after you drop it. And the best would be to just not have those let's say clues that you would be able to do it and then receive an error message. So that's maybe the only drawback of the solution that I am going to propose, but it's minor compared to the benefits of the accomplishment, I would say. So if you have 2 teams, we have several ones here. I'm going not to play with 2 teams, just with one, but changing the condition, it would be sufficient. Let's go back in my automated actions. I'm going to prevent CRM lead from being written in terms of stage. There's maybe some extra thing that is not said in your message, because you mentioned the Kanban view. What about the following? I'm going there and I'm changing it here. Is that allowed? If that is allowed, then it cannot be done, I think, in any other way than in JavaScript, because I don't know, at the moment I'm writing, I don't know the name of the view that we have here. So let's go on CRM lead and say that if we do on creation and edit, and if we update the stage field, then and that we are part of a specific team. So let's say sales team is equal to, I'm going to say this one, sales team is equal to sales. So the sales team didn't change from one item being written to the other. So we don't change the sales team, but we update the stage. Then we are going to raise an error again. Oops. Raise user error. No, can't do. Alright. Let's try this one. Okay, no, no can do. I'm not allowed to do that. But you see, you have it after, and then it goes back to the qualified place. So that is the kind of thing that you would have. I was saying again, you can move it, and it's really at the last step that Odoo is saying, nope, let's revert back. If I change this to a different team, pre-sales and sales, and I'm moving the same one, then no issues. So you see that could work. You just say the team that you want to limit to. You say when it's updating the stage, so that you can still update the rest. Let's go here. Let's put one on pre-sales. Where are we? Sales team, salesperson, blah 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 blah. Sales team, yeah, here. Go on pre-sales. I was able to change to write on it. I can maybe change the contact person. Yes. But I cannot change the stage. Going back here, yes, here we again. I'm insisting on that. It is the same behavior on Kanban view versus the other view, the form view. Another way to do that, but it's more complex and I don't like it. Would be, let me check to see if we can have two Kanban views coexisting, and you need to play with groups, and people part of group A that would be linked to sales team A would have a read-only view, and the other ones would have a read and write view. That's a bit different. That would mean duplicating the action that we have here, my pipeline, and making it read-only, but I never done that, so let's see if we can make this view read-only. I don't think so, in fact. I'm saying that, but you don't make a view read-only. You make a view, you make a field read-only, but not a view. So I don't think you would be able to do that. So it's maybe a stupid idea. Is there a place where we have something like edit false? I don't know if we have that. We have create false, but edit false doesn't ring a bell. Let's try. Let's have a look at the views. Edit equals false. Wait. Do we have a Kanban view with edit equals false? Yes, we can try that. Alright, let's go here. Edit equals false. So I'm making the whole view uneditable. It works wonders. No, it's not working at all. Maybe I need to refresh again. Nope. It's not changing anything. It could be. I've been in the search view. It's not the one I want. It could be that it is redefined after, but usually I have an error message in Odoo if I do that. Edit. No, it's okay. It's not there. Maybe in one of the inherited views. Nope. Edit. Do we have some editing here? No. So it's weird though, because I have still the idea of having edit false here. I Kanban view and attachment, so it looks like it's something that should work. Let me check if I have other Kanban views. Okay, it's very limited. It's on base automations and IR attachment, and those are, they have different different ways of working. Because the automation rules, it's really, we've been there just before, but I'm going to re-show it. Do we have it here? No, I'm going to reopen it. It's a strange view. It's not a real Kanban view, I think. Automation rules. Yeah, you see it's a Kanban view like this one, so that we don't drag and drop, but it's not a real Kanban view. You see it's not the same, so that's maybe why. But I see other I think it could be fun, like records draggable. Let's try to see if that works, because that could be also a solution for you. Instead of edit false, record draggable. Do we have something like this? Nope. Archivable, yes. Alright, let's try this one. I don't know if it works, because sometimes you have some attributes here are not used that much. They are maybe part of some small JavaScript changes, and we want to capture that information, and without the JavaScript that goes with it, it has no impact. So let's go back here, and let's see if records could be non-draggable. Yes, totally. All right. So that's cool. You don't see it, but I cannot drag and drop them. So you could be doing a beer. You could be doing that. It's really fun, because that's a thing I didn't know, by the way. So I'm discovering things every day, and Ines, it's not nice. I hear you. I hear you laughing. So I'm telling you again, I'm not alone in the studio, and sometimes when I say things that I'm not stupid, I'm just discovering. But that's I hear a small laugh, so I'm like, okay, thanks. But yeah, no, I'm discovering things all the time. Joke aside, when you go here, you have lots of attributes on the views, some of which you almost never use. I'm pretty sure that I discovered many things thanks to the Odoo Insider, because I'm giving it. There's lots of literature on how you can improve by teaching. It's simply because you have questions that you never have met before. And also because sometimes I'm like, okay, I don't have the answer directly, and I look afterwards. So it's a really good exercise for the brain and for learning Odoo, and for getting loved that, right? All right, so what you could do to finish the exercise, Abir, is now that we have a view, you have this view and another one, you need to copy the views. It's not ideal, and you will have two reporting items, two items here. We have yeah, well, I'm going to do that in very shortly, in 5 minutes. So I'm going to look for my pipeline. I will name it my pipeline 2, and I'm going to fetch a different view. So we could do that. I'm not sure it would be the best for you, but nevertheless, let's do it. So we need to go in the menu items. Here we have my pipeline. That's the one. Duplicating this, I don't know if it will duplicate the action and the proper thing here. Let's try. Yes. So I'm going to call it my pipeline read and write. All right. And then here pipeline. This one I cannot keep, or at least I need to link it to a different view. So I would prefer to duplicate this one as well. We cannot do that. The path needs to be unique. We need to reuse that Kanban lead view here. That's going to be a bit longer. Wait, I need the Kanban lead. It's not the one I was on. Base automation Kanban. No, it's not the one I wanted. Because I need to duplicate this one, which is the one I changed. Okay, so going here, I'm going to remove this one. It's going to be a bit longer. Pipeline 2. Let's create an edit. Path, I don't know. Object, it's CRM lead. I'm going to only use the Kanban view. So Kanban. Oops. I'm going to duplicate that view. Okay, create Kanban lead 2. That we can keep. It's really not ideal. I do it for the sake of the exercise, but there are lots of things with the notion of inherited views that are now missing. You see here, I don't have an inherited view for the lead 2, but I have one for the lead 1. So I will need to take this into account. I'm going back on the first one to remove. No, we say the second one is read and write. So I'm going to remove this one from the read and write. In fact, I should do this and name it the proper way so it's easier. Let's go back here. Let's say it's a Kanban view. We want the view that is read and write. We can try this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a maybe small mistake after. Let's go right there, CRM. Okay, so I have my pipeline and my pipeline read and write. This one I can move. Oops. This one, oops, I cannot. All right, so that is good. Now we need to make it group dependent, and that is the place where it's again lots of ifs. Is it going to work for you? But if people only work for one team, maybe then you can say Now we are going to make this so that they don't see both my pipeline and my pipeline read and write. It means that in order to do that, you need to make it group based and make a group like sales team A, and another one sales team B, something like this. And then because you have that, you should be able to use your menu item and say that it should be only for sales team B, the read and write, and the pipeline. This one would be for sales team team A, and that should work. Although here I'm connected with Mitchell admin, so I don't know if I'm part of any of this. Let's check that. Let's go right there and reload. As the admin, it's maybe not going to be super visible. Yeah, I don't have any. That's because I'm not part of any groups, but that works. If I add myself as a user here, that would be okay. I would be able to see one. Let's go back there. Now I see the read and write and not the other one. Of course, I name it read and write for the sake of this conversation. I see it better, but you could call them both my pipeline, and then so that it doesn't change and people have the feeling that they see the same thing. Although they see the same thing, they don't just can move things from the pipe for one of the teams, but it requires you to create teams that are matched to your sales team. So it doesn't work if people need to be part of two teams at the same time, because then they can see both items. So you see my point. You can also limit that by saying here in the action that you only want to have some domain value, so that you filter on one particular sales team. It's a lot of small possibilities, but without knowing the full case, it would be complicated to be to say that it's that I'm sure of the answer. But those are two possibilities that are quite nice actually. So indeed, automated actions or small change with that attribute and then duplicating the views. All right, we can go to the next question from, it's a suggestion from VVRO, open sourcing the IoT to the community so we can get vibrant community of hardware devs. You know that I don't have any say in that, right? But you can ask on Fabien's account, I don't know, who takes care of that. It's funny because in a way, it depends on what you say. I have the feeling that what you say is maybe wrong. For one, the IoT is simply how do you call that? A Raspberry Pi. So you go there. It's just we brand it IoT. It's Odoo, blah blah. But the information that you have is just a Raspberry with something that is flashed, and I think the flash thing is hosted. Yeah, we explained how to flash it, and if it's yeah, that's what I was looking for. The builds there, you have all the zips. If you have the zips, you have the information inside. The information, I doubt it would be encrypted. I'm pretty sure it would be. I'm downloading it, but it's maybe super. Yeah, it's a bit longer, so I'm not going to keep it, or I can wait for it to download. It's going to be quite long in terms of download. You have an ISO image or a zip, and you can discover what you have inside. So you can take that IoT, you can flash the image. The only thing that you may be asking is saying, okay, but what about not the controllers, but the drivers that we have for the IoT box for exchanging with some hardware? In which case, you have part of it that is in Odoo Enterprise, maybe. If I go there, do we have things that are IoT related? Yes, delivery IoT, events. Yeah, a few things like those ones, but I don't know if that's what you mean. That's maybe that, because we have the scale, the Ingenico terminal, the world line. That's maybe what you meant. In that case, that we keep separated, because if you say this for the IoT, some others will say it for the accounting, some others will say it for everything, and then we don't have Odoo Enterprise. And I must say it's the way that we get paid. Without that, Odoo wouldn't be what it is at the moment. But again, I'm not the one deciding. So another question from M. Santoso, SRK. Hi Antoine, a question about sales and delivery. Is there a way to sell products as pre-orders for future delivery dates up to 30 days ahead and set a stock for how many deliveries we can do in a day? I would say yes, but then we need to use different stock locations. I just want to be sure that I understand it well. You would like to have product as pre-orders without limit and another stock with maximum 30. I'm not sure that it would be it. What you could do in that case, I'm thinking aloud. I wonder, based on how the stock works in Odoo, if you cannot do the following, which would be, you create different stock locations. They are linked to different routes. You select the route at the moment where you make the sale order. Based on that, it will know how to select the stock in the right stock location. And you have one stock location where you have all the the 30 items, and the other one for which you would be able to have its own reordering setup and so that could be possible. It looks in theory possible. I'm going to try to do it at the same time as I'm mentioning it. So for this we will need in the inventory, and don't hesitate to tell us if I didn't understand your question quite well, but I have the feeling that it is that. For this we would need to have storage location, multi-step routes. We have here the routes. I'm thinking, okay, we have this one receiver deliver, that would be delivery. I can maybe duplicate this one. Here it pulls from the stock. I can maybe say stock. We're going to create a sub-stock location first. No, but we have shelf 1 and shelf 2. Cool. Let's reuse those. Shelf 1. Okay. And I could create another one. With a max 30 products, and we will use shelf 2. And that's it. And we are going to make it selectable on sale order lines. Let me reread. Okay, and stock for how many deliveries we can do in a day. We are going to assume at the moment that you do less of these max 30 products thing than the other one. Why am I saying this? That's because the default setting will be the other one, while this one will be selectable on the sale order line. A bit like the dropship. By default, if you don't say anything, it's not dropshipped. If you select dropship on the sale order line, it will be dropshipped. Here it will be the same. So let's create maybe two things in my inventory. I will select a product. Let's create a physical inventory. And we say that large, let's see, which one can we use? Wood panel, super cool. Wood panel, I'm going to create a new one. It's not in the stock, it will be in the shelf 1. Wood panel, I will have maybe on hand 100. And I can apply. And shelf 2, I'm going to have 30. I can apply. All right. And if I go there, I think, but I'm not a stock expert, I think that if we go there and we select, wait, we should have the root. Yes, root. It's saying, okay, if I'm adding 30, it says okay. If I'm adding 31, it says okay. 100, it says okay. 101, how many did I add? Yeah, here, wait. I need to check the configuration of the product. And how much we have in stock. Reporting stock. For this one, yes, I have a lot. In fact, I already had before. And if it selects things in my sub-stock location, it is going to find many. I'm going to make the other test, like this one with 30 products. That I'm astonished, because I was expecting here to have some item here that was telling me no, you don't have enough, since I'm not going through the same route. It says here I can deliver 100 because it has a forecast stock of 178, but the thing is that with that route I don't have the feeling that I'm selecting it from the right place. So maybe the strategy that I wanted is not going to work. Max 30 product, we pull from shelf 2. Yeah, and it's take from stock, so we don't trigger another rule. So if we don't have enough here, that should be sufficient. Wait a sec, because maybe I'm making a mistake with the numbers. Locations, no, not location, reporting. Yeah, I have 30 there. So in total 180. I'm astonished that with the route I'm mentioning, it's not limiting this to the shelf 2. And that is the feeling that I have when I'm selecting it here. We have a route, and we know that maximum we have 30 products. Here it's neglecting that. It's not taking the source that I have on the route. It looks like it's taking the source on the warehouse. Like, where do we have this? Because here we have on the warehouse, no, it's the reception. Yes, it goes shelf 1, but even shelf 1 I should have an issue, because shelf 1 it stops at 100. Let's go a bit higher, 150, no, 51, yes, and 81 would be problematic, yes. So it's really taking everything into account, so it looks like it's taking here in warehouse, technical information, everything that is located under this one, which is not good to me. So it means that you need to have not two different locations, but two different warehouses in order to achieve what I wanted to do, which bring you back to a different level, and I don't like this too much. I don't have a real solution for that. So product as pre-orders for future delivery. So if it's not directly with the rules that we have here, I'm thinking of maybe, but I don't know if it answers the business need that you have behind, but we could have also kind of an automated action that makes it impossible for you to sell more than 30 per day with a particular type of delivery, but that would be when you sell, check the previous day and check if you have more than 30 items for each sale order line and display an error message in the other case. That could be something that can be done. I would have thought that the route here has an impact on my sale, but it looks like it doesn't. I'm astonished. It could be, as I'm not a superstar in stock, it could be that there's something that I don't know much. Just checking if we have yes by quantity. Yeah, but it's okay. Or you could do by lots. You have the same product, and you use the different lots that have the name pre-order or daily. I don't like this too much because it's not really a lot, and it doesn't work if you really need to use the lots. So yeah. Yeah, those are the answers. It's not perfect. There's a solution, but I don't know if the second one I proposed with a bit of code would work for you. Going to next question from customers R7G. Hello, for French electronic invoicing, is there a way to test real sending and reception invoices in test mode? I'm talking about a system parameter accountable. Yes. I will need to edit here. I think you can subscribe to the test at the moment. Two things I can say. I'm going to install it, maybe not on demo environment, but on mine. So here, let's go back here. I'm going to create a French company. And we'll do that. French company. Okay, okay. Yes, Winand and also Laureline, I know. So, do you want to take the mic?
No.
No, you are.
I
Yeah.
don't have it.
Okay. You can say that you are shy. It's okay. We don't mind.
Send it in the
Yes, you can.
there is a webinar on the e-invoice.
When was it done with Winand?
Like
A few months ago, or?
a month ago. No, 2 weeks
Oh,
ago.
2 weeks ago. Okay. So thinking about that, customer R7G. We have one webinar of Winand that made it like 2 weeks ago. I know there's another one in French from Laureline. I guess that if you go there, hey, it's us. We have.
You can write facturation.
Yes,
Odoo.
France, Odoo. That must be the one. Yeah, that's the one. You have one here. There was another one here 8 months ago, but this one is better, updated.
For France, this is the 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, okay, 3 weeks ago for France. So that's the one where you could go and you will have information. I'm nevertheless going to check that on my side. We have companies. I wanted to create, no, not this one. Where is my new French company? French company, France, all right. So when you select a new, it's already problematic here because I have a VAT. I don't know if you've seen what was happening before I started discussing, but I created a company name. It was French company, and then Odoo proposed by default an autocomplete of my bakery French company, something like that, which is wrong. So I have a VAT that was Belgian one, address that is incorrect, but now it's France. You would have there's that idea of Sirene and Sirette there somewhere. I don't know where it is to be put. Again, I think it's in a company field somewhere. There's a company information somewhere. ROF, nope. And yeah, anyway, I'm going to add the PayPal thing. So it's even PDP, I think, yeah. You see, you have it's installed by default. You have the French PDP that is added, and then you have the possibility here in the settings, if I'm correct, at the bottom of the accounting. Where is it? Ah, yes, invoicing here. I could add accounting. Maybe it would be better. Yes, I'm on the Belgian one. Let's go on the French one. Activate electronic invoicing, and I think that you have, yeah, so Siren I should give it, but where is the Siren? It's telling me this, but I don't see it, because that is VAT. No, there's another company field, accounting firm, parent company, blah blah. Nope. I don't remember where is that information, because I don't know if we have Sirene or Sirette here. Sirene, FR Sirene, yes. Do we have Sirette? Yes, label Sirette, FR Sirette. We have that information, but I don't see it here. Unless, nope. Why don't we have it here? Is it a matter of views? FR, we have APE. I don't know if that is it, but otherwise we don't have that information. So the only field that is brought by this is APE. I can put whatever. I don't know if that's related in any way, but if it is, it doesn't have a name that is helping me much. No. I know it's in another field because it's not directly Siren. It's some number that is that you can find from a bigger number. All of that to say, to answer customer R7G, I think that you have to register to the pilot phase. You're able to test it before it becomes mandatory. So if you want to have things being sent, you need to click on that button. Yes, and I think that you see PDP pilot phase. I wouldn't be surprised that that PDP pilot phase is linked to what we have on the other side. So you mentioned the system parameters, and we have EDI something you said, but we don't have it here. You mentioned account PayPal EDI mode, and we don't have it here. Yeah, it's there as well. I'm going to check quickly if we can find something here with the name that you mentioned. Account PayPal EDI mode. I'm going to copy that. Okay, demo. But I don't know if that's answering my question. I didn't know if the French PDP was in community or enterprise. Yes, you have but here it's the test, but you could have it in test. I don't know if that one would be changing it because of that setting that we have. Let me check something different that would help me, which is the pilot phase, is PDP pilot phase. Okay. It's going to change the information on the company that contains the same information, L10N PDP pilot phase. And if we have this information, what do we need? Okay. Seems to be where we need it. Okay, it has config. I think it will work with this. Check the long story short. Check the pilot phase. I think it works because there are a few fields that are hidden. There. Wait a sec. Yeah, I don't know if I can put any fake identifier here. Pilot phase. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if I can go further than this. No, valid siren. So I will need to fetch a valid siren. To help here, but I think maybe something that can help. Okay, I'm going to add a studio on my database so that I can show a few of the fields that are used by this integration. So you see here you have a lot of things, and one that is interesting is the start date. I'm going to put it here at the bottom. Let's go back there with my PDP again. Platform registered, so that is going to be unchecked. And PDP invoicing, pilot phase, authentication, anywhere, yes. That is also useful. So you have a bunch of things that are added on the company because of the PDP. Okay. So if I'm checking this and I'm adding some starting the registration, you would have the moment at which you start using it for real, that anyway is going to be on the 1st of September. But before that, since you have the pilot enabled, I think you can already send things. I don't know if it shows already in the annuaire. That I'm really not sure, but it can be tested since you have yes, this one you could it's not this one, maybe it's the other one. Okay, yes, where you can check for Asir and Siret. Do it on Odoo, you wait a bit and check if you have the information there. There are already lots of companies that are registered, but I don't know if it's in test mode or not. Maybe more information in Winon's video. But long story short again, I think it's mostly related to this, that you would be able to test it customer 7G. Okay, next question, Kalana Sanka. Can Odoo print ZPL labels in a 2 columns or 3 columns layout on Zebra printers? Currently it prints 1 label per row. Is there any official solution or does it require custom development? Odoo 19 SAS. I think you can. Let me find some information on my side because we have, I don't know if it's that information is public, so I wanted to check. I've seen some solution that we use for generating the ZPL code, and I would tend to say yes, because if you go in the views ZPL, you have labels here, and what it shows is a format that you can adapt potentially with columns, but I need to check that. Quickly checking in our internal doc if I can find something like this. 1 minute. And it could be that we have some cheat sheets existing, that I'm not sure. No. So I'm finding different sources, but none that are exactly what I need. Okay, yes. I have a feeling I'm at the right place now. Yeah, I was looking for this one. I think a tool that they use. Yes, labellery, so that you can have some kind of. Wait. It's fun because I've been there, but in fact it's simply another Odoo website. When I see these navbars things, it looks like Odoo. But anyway, no, it's not Odoo. ZPL intro, blah blah, barcode generator. I don't know if you can, yes, generate a barcode yourself, you see, with some information here. I think it's going to generate the code that you need, module with. If I'm, can I add different things? Okay. Rotation, foreground, background, human readable text below. Yeah, I'm saying that redraw value that is incorrect. Okay. Is 10 enough? No. I don't know how much we can have. Parameter QZH. Okay, that must be the one. Let's go back on 10 to, oops, yes. Redraw, image too large. Okay, that's the one, but it doesn't look like you have the possibility to create several columns when I see that. Because the ZPL maybe doesn't allow this. Um, do we have different codes that we can have? It's maybe ZPL because you print code that are of that type. Because data matrix, it's more like a small QR code. 205, I don't know. No, maxi code. Yeah, you have those kind of different codes, but it's not what you want. I don't know if you can do that. It's more like it's almost a question for Claude. I'm testing on my side. And we have. I'm checking that. I will see that the message it sends, but I'm not sure it's something that even is allowed by ZPL. I would have said yes, thinking, it's super easy to create things here with different columns, but I don't know if sending it would make it interpretable on the printer side. So I'm not sure about that, and the fact that we have here that barcode generator that doesn't look like you can have more than just this. I don't know. I'm just going to check the other ZPL that we have. Jewelry, barcode, product name, currency. It never looks like we... know that we use elements of HTML to structure. So it looks like it's just having some variables, setting them, showing them, but not having a specific display. No, it's just else and ifs, but no divs, no paragraphs, nothing to make it columns. So I'm not sure that ZPL allows it. It's more like a global question, not specifically linked to Odoo. I'm checking Kalanana Shanka. I'm sorry because there are lots of A's in your name. I'm checking on my side just with a bit of help of Claude, just to see if it's doable. But I wonder if asking Claude is not trying to create that module for me, which I don't specifically want. And I will tell you that based on my research. So we can keep this one open, and I will see if I have another answer to give you. I have the feeling that ZPL doesn't specifically allow this. All right, next question from Hans Peter. When a user wants to print on two different printers on IoT box, how can he reset the printer IoT configuration reset linked printer without giving the user administration rights? I'm not sure it can be done. So we can test this. IoT, do we have it here? I think that the database is dead now. Okay, I need to close this one. Alright, demo 2 is dead. I'm going to check on mine. But I won't have anything there, but I'm just curious about the default access rights that we have. There are always at least two layers in terms of access rights. I can first check inside Odoo if, because I've installed the IoT, and I have this menu, who can have access to this place, reset link printer. For doing this, I can go there, menu items, check reset link printers, and see, apparently it looks like everyone can have access to this. Just checking quickly if that is correct. Non-administrators seem to have access to it because there's no limit on the visibility. Now maybe some buttons inside are not available, and in that case I'm looking for this. It could be that we anyway check that people also they have access to the menu item, that we don't limit them down the road. And that I don't know if we have it here. That would be an, I think, enterprise. I'll maybe have to duplicate this one and check on my side. No. But when I'm checking on GitHub, I don't find anything related to that one. So I wonder if that link is not already in a 19 dot something version of Odoo. So I will need to check on a more recent version of Odoo. I'm going to tell you if I can find that. Is it printer? Yes. Printer views. It's in the add-on that is called printer or IoT. We have both. Okay. I'm checking if we have something specific in terms of security in the IoT view. Lots of objects that are just used for the IoT. Hans, can you tell me if I could test it myself, in fact. Sorry for speaking alone, but I'm trying to find if there's a good test that I can make on this one. There are always two solutions: either go in the code or try it yourself. Here I have another user that is on the same database, so you can see same URL, but this one is doesn't have the admin access, I think. Well, no, it has access to the setting, but at least I can change that. So I could go here and say that my Enrique guy has less access. It's just a simple user. If I do that, IoT, yes, doesn't have it. What is? Wait, I maybe need to refresh it because I installed a lot of other modules. Okay. Printers, yes, no, it doesn't have access to. It could be, because I've been maybe a bit too light on my first check, that it doesn't have access to the other IoT menus. And if it doesn't, it cannot see the children items, so that's maybe that's okay. Visibility here, manage printers, okay. And IoT configuration, no, we never have visibility things, but it could be that even though I have the visibility, if I cannot see the records, like the models that we have behind, maybe you cannot have access to it. So another check that I can perform is going to the models. It would be IoT something. Okay, will it be the device? I guess that would be too limiting. Let me go back to that reset printer, yes, in the reporting. IoT. Okay. Let's try to find places where we have the IoT access rights. So again, users. And what do we have in terms of IoT here? IoT, let's say yes, in user. But that you have. But here it looks like with IoT user rights, you can do it. At least I have access to the same display. But I don't know if it's going to list things appropriately. I can maybe hide this one and check if a new demo environment would be a bit more complete, because it would have printers linked and all of that. IoT. Okay. I doubt you will have fake data even with a demo environment, but let's check. If not, Hans, I would only advise to give the user rights on your database to that person and see. It looks like you have access, but I don't know if there's something missing, like you would have this place with no printers shown because you cannot see it, or with no access to the button that is maybe hidden behind a group on the button, something like that. That, by the way, we can have a look at this. Yes, okay. No report to display. That's it. Reset link printers in the configuration. Yeah. So although I have devices, do we have something like a printer? Okay. But they are not linked, so that's why I cannot see them. I was looking for something different in here, but we just wanted to check quickly if we have. We don't have a view that is easy. Report with link printers. Do we have something there that would help me, or is it pure JavaScript and I cannot access it? Views. No. This one I don't know. I would say change the access rights of your user and see if you cannot see them here. It looks like, as I said, this one I'm just a user, I'm not an admin, and I still have access to the IoT. I can go there on the link printers. I can see it. So that's why I'm saying that it looks like it could be done. Last check would be. I'm curious because I don't use the IoT that much. Maybe you could feel it. I see that here I have an extra manage printers, while there I don't have it. And I was wondering if going on the manage printers views, I could maybe see if there's that button that would be specifically administrator related. But I would guess that the user can do it. Okay, another question from Jesse de Decker. Hey Antoine, thank you for hosting this session. We are using Odoo Production to sell custom-made manufactured products. We would like to have a clean way to sell manufactured product MTO on sale orders, such that the parts used in the manufacturing process can be mentioned on the sale orders. The product from the BOM would preferably be shown on the sale order. The problem is that the products would be removed twice from stock. Yes, once in manufacturing and once in the delivery picking. Is there a clean way to make sale orders work this with manufacturing? Yes, the goal is to ease the process of generating quotes. Yeah, it can be done in a specific way, but it can. You could be doing something where you adapt the quote here, saying if you have a product that is linked to a BOM, we know it and we can display the detail. But it wouldn't be, let's say, a new sale order line, because otherwise, as you said, it's going to send it twice. It would be more like in terms of descriptions. The problem is that the description that we have here is just pure text. There's no way you can use a bit of tabulation, or I need to create a warehouse. No, it's for the French company. I can switch to the Belgian one. We go to the manufacturing, we create a new bit of material on a new product, or I can say that my t-shirt is made with cotton and thread. I don't know if it's, yeah. Let's say 1-1, and you would like to have the detail of this without making it a kit, because you really want to manufacture it and not drop it as such. And in fact, you want to have the BOM overview displayed on your sale order. Knowing this, it means that if you sell this product, you can adapt the PDF, maybe not through Studio, because there are conditions. I don't know how they would be displayed. Didn't I install it already? Yes. I'm not sure it's the kind of thing that you can do with Studio here. Adding some extra information there. It could be, I usually prefer to go directly in the XML because I think it's almost human readable. So I'm going there in the views. We have the sale order report something. Yes, that's the one that we need. No, not this one, the document, the first one. So I'm going to edit it directly. Same disclaimer as usual. I'm going for the sake of the speed, as we have only less than 10 minutes left. I'm going to do it directly in this view, but you know that you need to create an inherited view for the kind of thing that I'm doing here. And we can go and check the place where we find the line name. So if a product, that's for the section, we see it's a section name call span, so it's not the correct one. If it's a product, we have it here, line name bacon burger. Okay, and we can add a small thing. It's most easiest way, I would say. We can have it with a if, and we say if line dot product id dot there must be bill of materials or something like that on the product. If the product has a BOM, we show it. Let's try to find if that information is available on the product. If not, it will be a bit longer. Let's go there. We have strange. I thought that we had a bill of material for this one. No, I'm still on the French company. That is good. Okay, so we have a bill of material, but do we have it directly in a many to one or one to many? So let's see here. Bill of materials is equal to, okay, good. So there must be something, as I don't have the name here, but I want to have the name. Let's retry this one. Same filter. Bill of materials, it's a one to many, but I'm going to select the first one. Of course, it should be better protected, but you will get the idea. So it was BOM IDs. BOM IDs. So if there's a value, let's show it. And we are going to make a for loop. For loop, I'm always forgetting the way we do that. For each, yes, that is it. Where was I? Need to go back to the place I was earlier. That's my bacon burger. Here it is. So if we have a BOM ID, we are going to check every BOM ID, and it will be a BOM line, and we can display. Let's try span T. I don't know if it would be T row. Let's try this one. BOM line dot name. Yes, I see. We are done in 5 minutes. It should be alright. Okay, so this one. So re-explaining. We have the name of the product. I just want to be sure. Let's add a small BR here, so that we go down one line. If we have, and I should do it here. In fact, let's not BR if we don't have BOMs. If we have a value in the BOM IDs, let's go in each of these items, but then it's BOM IDs. It's not the BOM IDs. I should go and have a look at the list of items in the BOM IDs. It's a components, so it's going to show me the product ID, but it's not only things I want. I'm looking for, where is it? BOM line IDs. That's what I need. Okay, it's a bit long for BOM line IDs. I'm not making a supplementary check here, but if I have BOM IDs, I could have BOM IDs without BOM line IDs. I would assume we don't have the issue. I would put name. I don't know if it will work. I'm expecting a fail to start with. Going to do that. You know that here, in order to make it easier to test, you can always go for report HTML or PDF, then sale order report. That's it, and then the ID of the document, which is the first one, the ID of the record. I'm never sure if it's the correct report here. Let's try this one. Nope, error. It doesn't exist. That's it. Yeah, sale order report. It's not that. I need to find it. What is it here? You can get that ID in the report, in the sale order. Report sale order. Okay, and it was just the opposite. Here, why I'm doing that? Just simply that once you do this, then you can simply press enter, press enter, press enter, and you will get the information there. So I'm in name here. I just want to be sure that I'm changing the right thing. I'm going to put some red color just to be sure I'm editing the correct one. Yes, so you see it's correct, but apparently I don't have any BOM IDs, or do I? Let's add a few ones here. No, we do. So we have one, but apparently I don't go correctly in the lines, or there's no name on the line, and Odoo is not giving me an error. Yes, we go there. So there are BOM lines. Let's try this product ID.name, because it's maybe just the product ID name that I need. It doesn't have it. It's maybe not the row. Is it the field I'm going to use? I saw that it's not really a field. Ah, it's correct. Content. Okay, good. And you say for that we must have something like quantity. We can close this one. There are lots of things that I wanted to do today, and I won't have the opportunity. But it's good. You had lots of questions. Product quantity. Product quantity. And you could add unit of measures behind. Here I see I didn't enable it. Ah, it doesn't accept the product quantity. Product quantity. Ah, no, it's not product ID. Oops, this one. Oops. So couldn't thread for one. Yes, and I would need to have this time the BR here, so that we go nicely to the next step. So you could do something like that, and eventually make it, let's say, color, font size, so that it would be a bit smaller, correct? It doesn't look like it's smaller. Is it font size? No, apparently it's something different. Font size. Oh, it's style, not color. Yes. Okay, that is too small. Okay, but you could play a bit with that. Display it in a small table if you want. You have the possibility, but it was just again adding this one so that you can add it again. Don't do it here in that view. Do it in an inherited view, and you say just after that line. That would work. Okay, that means it's not in the cell order lines, so not counted twice. It's just description, and to me that's good enough for what you asked, Jesse. Just checking if Claude told me something. Nope. That would be maybe for the next time. All right. I see there are lots of other questions. Well, lots, I don't know, but a few. So don't hesitate to ask it for next week. Oh yes, we have a few. It's good because usually we struggle sometimes to get questions. So thanks a lot for being so active. We keep the questions for next week. Thanks again for your participation, and yes, see you next time. Bye bye.